All right, what's up, people? Now, I don't normally touch on topics such as gang activity, street beefs, or anything of that nature. I usually just focus on my gaming, and things of that sort, you know. But I couldn't help but touch on this topic about the Jim Jones and the Mel Murda phone call. Shout out to M. Shout out to Hassan Campbell that touched on this topic. But what I see is a lot of people are saying that Jim Jones sent a hit on that phone call. Listen closely to this phone call, and you'll see, and any street gang, association, organization will tell you that all gangs have violations, right? So let me kind of like get into the violations, right? In gangs, when you have a violation set on you, right? Violation doesn't mean kill, stabbed up, and things of that nature. Basically, it means, let's say, your member is rogue or he's doing something crazy in the streets, right? And it's bringing heat or bad attention back to your group. Let's just say group, right? And it comes down to the head saying, hey, look, he got to get violated, right? You would then be brought to your board, your leaders, or whoever it is, and they'll let you know, basically, that you got to get violated, and a certain person, a number of people, will be set to hand out that violation, and you most likely going to get hands put on you, right? That's pretty much what that means, right? Almighty Latin King Nation, shout out, right? Nieta de Corazon, right? And anybody will tell you, right? That's one of the biggest things, right? In Nieta, right? You got to get that violation. You're most likely going to get those tablazos, right? That's pretty much what that is, right? Shout out to, Nietas, y'all know what it is, right? NDC, 100%. So basically what I'm saying is, on that phone call, you'll see that Jim Jones said something has to happen. He got to get violated. Mind you, Mel Murda already had plans to violate 6ix9ine before that phone call. Say that again. Go back and listen to that phone call. Mel Murda already had plans to super violate 6ix9ine before that phone call. Let that sit in for a second. Jim Jones simply agreed that something has to happen. Jim Jones agreed that he got to get violated. But then Mel Murda said super violate. Super duper violate. Right? Now, we're going to get into the levels of this shit. Because at the end of the day, violate, that simply means you get put hands on you, right? Hey, in their group of people, it could possibly mean, get hands on you or further extortion. Like, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to let the wolves eat. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to hand over something. On Mel Murda's mind, he's like, nah, we're talking about something a little bit deeper than that. Stabbing, shooting, maybe gang rape them. Because these groups, they do that. They do that. They gang rape you. Right? Run train on you. Everything. It's crazy. So basically what I'm telling you is, just listen to it again. You'll see that phone call to Jimmy was letting Jimmy know what they're already going to do. Jimmy agreed, like, hey, so something got to happen. Not once in the phone call did Jimmy mention anything about killing, shooting, stabbing. Right? On Mel's side, he was the one that was bringing up the fact that they want to go to another level. Right? Only thing Jim was focused on is Violate. Not, yo, kill this dude, yo, stab him up. No, he got to get violated, Basically to let him know where his loyalties should be lying. As far as the security and any security that 6ix9ine can possibly have when he comes out, that's another situation. All right? So once again, Jimmy does like any other group would do. Right? Lay down the ground rules to how to go about a situation like this. Hey, look, if y'all are going to go out there and do whatever, you already know, if you got that security, if you want to run around with security all day, you know what I'm saying? Once you step to them, once you do whatever, once they get hit, the security's gonna be like, yo, this guy is a little bit too dangerous to be trying to guard. Right? There won't be no amount of money you can pay somebody, right, to sit there and matrix bullets all day. Right? Or getting jumped by 20, 30 dudes every time they get into a certain hood because they're trying to get to 6ix9ine. And they got to sit there and take hits while they try and get 6ix9ine out of the area or out of the building. So I've also seen a few videos too of people saying that Jim Jones said super violate. Once again, shout out to Hassan, big bro. Hassan mentioned that Jim Jones said super violate. Only Mel Murda said super violate. All right? Jim Jones said violate. So we already, so me saying this, you can go back to that video, right? And listen closely to each one of their wording on how they want to go about it. And you'll see that Jim Jones didn't put out a hit. The hit was already set before it got to Jim Jones. Who did that? Right? Mel Murda was already hit up prior to that phone call and was told what they're going to have to do or where they're going to take this. You listen to the phone call carefully, you'll see that Jim Jones was a little shocked initially from the phone call. Like, y'all already got a plan set? You calling me after you already, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys already know what you're going to do then. All right, well, something got to happen. You know what I'm saying? If you do what you feel you guys have to do. But I am agreeing that something got to happen. That's pretty much. So when you wonder why the feds, why the state or whatever is not on Jimmy like that or at all, is because they most likely also analyze this phone call. This is what they do, right? This is what they do. So to all my reading and comprehension, people out there, you understand, that specialize in reading and comprehension, they can analyze these words properly, right? Map this all out. This is why the feds and the state, whoever you think should go after Jimmy in particular, are not even wasting their time. They looked at this tape, this recording, and was like, Mel Murda already had a plan to hit him up. We need to find out who gave an order to Mel Murda, or if he just decided that's what's going to happen himself. Is that's where it, because right, he's a big homie, right? He can make decisions on his own in a situation like that, on the strength of, you understand? So, that being said, go back and listen to it again. Right? Analyze and pay close attention to how Mel Murda is talking. He's not asking for nothing. He's not asking permission to do anything. He already had his mind set on what is going to happen to 6ix9ine before that phone call. So, at the end of the day, people are saying, oh, Jimmy, this, that, feds, he's fed, I'm not saying nobody is fed or anybody is agents or whatever, but how can you automatically just say Jimmy, right, is an agent on his line when he was the one being told what's going to happen? He didn't say, yo, go out and violate 6ix9ine. Go do this, go do that. Get people together, find this dude, drag him to a basement or bring him to such and such and such so they can handle him. That was already said to Mel Murda before that phone call to Jimmy. So, at the end of the day, just analyze that, right? And you can see, okay, you know what? At the beginning of that phone call and going even into almost before, by the time they start talking about bodyguards and 6ix9ine, Jimmy was still a little like he didn't know how to really respond to anything. Because he actually probably felt little in that conversation. Because nobody came to him and let him make any decisions on anything. Or is it because he can't make that decision? Jimmy ain't some little dude, right? But at the end of the day, somebody else was approached Mel first. So if you in your group feel like you should be someone that they talk to in a situation like this, right? But they've already spoken to somebody about a situation or a beef, and they already set a plan in motion, and then they come to you. How are you going to feel about that? And you're like, oh, you're supposed to come talk to me. Like, I thought we was... So, that being said, put those pieces together. Why was Mel Murda so dead set on how he's going to handle 6ix9ine? Or how 6ix9ine is going to be handled in general? It's a green light. I was in the street before, right? We all know what a green light is. When you got that green light, you ain't got to speak to nobody else after that, right? Get that green light, you do what you got to do, right? You just report after it's done. So just keep an open mind about that phone call. Because the way I would see it, before that phone call was made to Jimmy, one, Mel was already contacted, right? And spoke about how they're going to handle 6ix9ine. And or two, if you want to talk about the informant, rat, agent situation, I would look at the person that's telling you what they're going to do. Right? And then try and pull you in and see what on your end, where you are with it. I believe Jimmy already knew that Mel could possibly have been compromised before that phone call. So not saying that if Jimmy trusted him, he would have said, yeah, super violate him. You know what I'm saying? Put it in his head or whatever. Not saying that Jimmy would have made different decisions or said different things on that phone. But what I'm saying is, if anybody was cautious about someone else being an agent, it was Jimmy being cautious. Because Jimmy had no idea at the time of that phone call where they were going to go with the 6ix9ine situation. Go back and listen to it. They caught, from what it sounded like, they caught Jimmy off guard. It sounded like Jimmy was chilling back, taking a nap. Probably had, you know what I'm saying, the wife and all that next to him, and it was like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, something got to happen, man. You got to violate, do something. You know, can't let him just get away with that. Any group, gang, association, organization out there already would say the same thing. He got to get violated. So this isn't something that you can really focus on, because any group out there does the same thing. Violate. It's just what they do in these groups. Right? They violate. You get out of hand, right? You go rogue and all that, you get violated. The violation is to show you where your loyalties and respect should lie. Right? Super violate, you most likely end up in the hospital. Right? Fractured eye socket, couple of broken ribs. Right? Super duper violate, I've never heard of that before. But I can take a guess. Stabbed up, shot up, gang raped, right? probably more. Couple chopped off fingers, chopped off tongue for ratting. Right? Raped and stabbed up, raped, shot up. That plastic bag chopped up. That's all. That's if I can decipher Super Violate off the top. That's pretty much what I would say the levels to this is. Because Violate, or at least from what I know in my past, Violate has nothing to do with killing anybody. You get hands put on you, you know, snap out of it. You ain't solo in the streets. You're out there doing dirt. It's going to come back to you. And some of that dirt is going to shake off until a couple of your other members, right? Those eyes on you is going to put eyes on us, right? So you got to get the hands, wake you up a little bit, get your loyalties in order, right? So I'm just saying, just look back at that, analyze it a bit, you know. And I know, like I said, shout out to all my reading and comprehension people out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how we think and how we analyze words and how we analyze body movements and, you know, how people express words, the volume of the words as they're saying it, the bass in it, right? The weight that comes behind how they talk, or how people talk when they're talking to us, how we perceive it, how we analyze how people talk to us. We read, right? The sound waves in the air, how it hits us, and, you know, it's all crazy. It's weird scientific shit. So, I say all that to say this. The reason why the feds aren't after Jimmy is because they analyze that phone call just like they do millions of phone calls. Right? He didn't give anything incriminating in that phone call. He didn't talk about drugs, guns. He didn't verify that somebody did something to somebody else. He didn't verify, oh yeah, so and so and so. Get so and so and so because so and so laid so and so out. So if anybody can get the job done, get so and so. He didn't do none of that. All he did was say, oh, well, you guys already know what you're going to do. So I guess something got to happen, right? So whatever y'all going to do, just make sure y'all do whatever y'all going to do. But I'm not telling you to do it. Right? I'm not telling y'all to do it. You just do what you got to do, right? So, you know, I just wanted to just lay that out. And you know, I'm not really doing no videos like this. You know, I got a few hundred videos of gaming that I'm fixing up, you know, to upload. I'm not broadcasting or, you know, putting them out there yet. I want to have a real big list of, you know, my gaming stuff before I really start doing all that, you know. So I have hundreds of videos of all kind of crazy stuff, but I do more, you know, like what the fuck, the same thing, you know, like anybody that's a gamer has those what the fuck moments when they're like, what the fuck, how? So those are the videos that I focus on doing, you know. Those are the videos so people that relate to playing a game, and when you get in that moment where you be like, what the? Game starts cheating or whatever. So that's pretty much what I do. That's what I do. That's why I'm working on my channel. I'm also going to have my other channel, which I do have, but it's going to be focused on my health and nutrition. But right now, you know, I just wanted to do this little quick video to get it out there a little bit so, you know, we could talk about it, you know, like, share it, you know, get it out there to people that are talking about this, you know, and we can have a little discussion, you know. Drop me something in the comments, your views, or if you're feeling what I'm saying, you know, hit the like, share it, you know, subscribe, and like I said, if I do continue on this topic, it's probably going to be mostly on this particular kind of topic between Jim Jones, Mel Murda. Not really the 6ix9ine case per se. Not really focused around that area about what he's saying or what he's doing, things like that. That's not me. That's not, you know what I'm saying? I got family and a life and things like that. If I'm going to take a piece of my life out and do anything, it's going to be something like gaming or health and nutrition and, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, you know? On my free time, I like to game, chill out, you know? I don't stand on the street corner and things like that, you know? I got my home business. I do my nutrition at home, and then I got a regular job I go to. You know, I'm a basic person, right? I'm a family dude. So just like, share, subscribe, you know, so that we could talk about it. You got videos, things like that on your channel that you're talking about it, your views on it, you know, just let me know. Hit me up. I'll come check you out, you know, see what you got going on your page, things of that sort. So, you know, this is Wildfire. You know, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. I'll definitely look into this a little more. And not really big, big discussions, but not to the point where I'm going to be posting up people's, you know, comments or videos or things, you know, setting aside, you know, text or anything like that. This is a general discussion between how I see it, how you see it, you know, and your understanding of what you get from the phone call. You understand? So, you know, like I said, like, share, subscribe, things like that. You know, so love. All right, peep. I'm out.